Hey guys, it's Keegan. Welcome to your latest reading with me. I wanted to talk to you guys for just a moment at the beginning about a couple of things. First thing is that during the month of May, I'm going to be doing weekly readings. And so this is the first round of 4 that you'll get from me during the month of May. I'm going to be taking a look at different things each week, and I'm inviting you to leave me suggestions or requests in the comments of these videos, letting me know what you would like for me to do for the second, third, and fourth weeks of this month. To kick things off in May, I decided to take a look at what is blocking you and take a look at energetically what's blocking you, use tarot to get more insight into that. And then beyond that, for the second, third, and fourth weeks, I'm really open to suggestions and requests from you guys. So please do let me know what you'd like to see me do. Before we move into the reading, I also want to let you know that I have a website now. I'm super excited to let you guys know this. It's keagankirk.com. I'll put all the information about the website below in the description box so you can check that out. And it's very exciting to me to have this officially launched. It's something that I've been working on for several months now. You can go there, keagankirk.com right now. I have created a special gift for you guys that you can get just by signing up on the website. And then when you scroll right below that, you will see a section where you can book personal readings with me. This has been by far one of the biggest requests that I've gotten from people, is to make the process of booking personal readings with me easier. And that is now possible. If you go to my website, you can select the type of tarot reading that you want with me. There are 3 types there. You can do a 30-minute or a 60-minute recorded session, which means I pre-record that on my own and send you the link. And I'm offering something that is pretty new, which is a live one-on-one session with me, which is 60 minutes. That means that you and I have a set date and time where we will connect live one-on-one. You can ask me questions as we're going through the reading. You can ask me to clarify specific things. You are much more in control of that reading in terms of where it goes, what we focus on, and all of that is available on the website. Again, I'm super excited about that, and I just wanted to share with you the excitement and share you some imagery of the website here at the beginning of the videos before diving into the actual reading. I will be sharing a special code at some point during the reading that will give you 30% off during the month of May for personal reading. So be sure that you watch the video through so that you can get that discount code. And again, thank you so much just for all the support, all the views, everything that you guys have done, all the positive feedback and comments, emails checking in on me and things, you know. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate you and how much I'm looking forward to growing this channel and this community with you. And please do take a moment to check out the website and let me know what you think. Okay, let's move into your reading. Okay, Saggy, let's take a look and see what has come out for you here. As you can see, I have 3 cards that are already on the table. I'm going to use these cards in the first half of the reading to tune into your energy intuitively and see what I pick up from each of the cards. And then we'll do some tarot cards. I have the tarot deck here, and then we'll do a parting advice guidance card from an oracle deck. I want to talk to you guys about these cards in a pretty specific way. So you have the integration card. I'll just show you the illustrations really quickly. So integration, then you have intensity. And then the last thing that you have here is beyond illusion. Now, it's been interesting doing this series of readings because as I've gone through them, the energy is showing up differently for each sign, really. For some, it's individual blocks that are here. For others, it's more of a collective story, and I feel like that's where you guys are falling. I have to tell you, Saggies, this feels like a situation where it's time for you to look at any areas where you might be not showing who you truly are or not really being authentic in terms of how you are expressing yourself, how you're showing up for different things. This could be in your relationships. This could be something where when you're at work, you're one way. When you're with your friends, you're another way. When you're with your family, you're completely different. Integration, the energy coming through from the integration card, it really does speak to needing to take a look at things where we're not fully owning parts of ourselves. I want to say to you, one of the things that's coming through for me kind of intensely here is that some of you are on the verge of making some pretty big life decisions. It's something that you've been working on over the past year, maybe a year and a half, of trying to make decisions, set things up, align things in order to pull the trigger on something that feels pretty big. This could be a relocation. This could be switching jobs. This could be managing to go back to school. But it's something that really does feel like it is almost like marking the end of one chapter and going into another. And through the process of whatever that is, you've become aware that there are parts of you that you really like, that you are very, I'm going to use the word proud, but that's not necessarily the right word. Let me see if I can get a better word here. Okay, so like if you made a list of things that you really value and respect about yourself, this would be, you know, in the top 3, top 5 qualities that you really respect about yourself. You're realizing that you only allow some of those things out under certain circumstances. And the decisions that you're making, so again, like if you're trying to move to a different place or if you're trying to switch careers, the catalyst for that is realizing that you haven't been able to fully embody who you are within certain aspects of your life. Okay, so again, however that resonates with you, this is a general reading, right? So you kind of have to take the messages as they're coming through for you. For some of you, this could be something where you've just realized in your friend group, the people who are in your life, you've realized that you're not able to actually be yourself. You're not actually able to express yourself the way that you want to within those connections. And so you might just be trying to, you know, let some people go, open yourself up to other friendships that are wanting to come in. Now, I'm kind of already talking about this card here in the center, the intensity card, because I feel that your passion and your drive to have an adventurous life, but also just to not necessarily have to play by the rules, to be able to shape your life and cultivate things that feel like they are important to you, that they matter to you, has been stifled. This intensity that's coming through is not a bad thing. But I think that people have responded to it in a negative way, and it's caused you to kind of turn the volume down. And it's interesting doing this reading for you because I feel like this has been an ongoing theme for readings for me, for the group of Sagittarius viewers that I have, where it's almost like you're going back and forth between fully stepping into who you are, owning who you are, not having any shame about that, not being willing to water yourself down or alter how you are in certain situations, versus really kind of backsliding back into that energy and not making the progress that I know that you're wanting to make. So for this particular reading, it's interesting seeing what's coming out as blocks because these things have been showing up in previous readings that I've done for you guys. So it's confirmation for me as a reader that the people who have been watching my Sagittarius videos, you're still trying to find your comfort in shrugging off what people are trying to put onto you, shrugging off the judgments that people might have, and really being able to just say, look, this is who I am. This is how I am. This is how I want my life to be. I'm going to make decisions based on what I feel I'm being pulled towards. I'm going to make decisions based on how I'm feeling in terms of the desires that I have and the passions that I have, and whether the opportunities that are being presented to me, whether that is an opportunity for a relationship, opportunities in friendships, opportunities for work, whatever the opportunities are, you want to filter them through based on how they align to your interests, to your passions, to the things that you really desire. But there's judgment that I'm sensing coming through here when you do those things because people don't understand your thought process. This intensity that I'm picking up on here, it really feels more like your own inner fire, more so than you being, like, I'm going to use quotes here, like too intense. I really do feel that there are some people, and for some of you, this could be like a parental, like an actual parent or like a parental figure, but someone who, they have a lot to say about you and your life and how you're living your life and the decisions that you're making. And they want you to, I think they present it almost in a way of saying that they want you to explain to them why you're making the decisions that you're making, but it comes across energetically, and I think you're perceiving it this way too. For me, energetically, it feels much more like they're being like judgmental. Okay, and I'm moving a little bit into this beyond illusion. Again, like I'm saying, the energy feels very tied. These cards all feel tied together in terms of painting a picture for me. The beyond illusion card, you can think of this as being equal to the judgment card in a typical tarot deck. And I do want to mention integration is equal to temperance. And so, you know, that is, I'm sorry, integration is actually equal to temperance in the tarot deck. And that is a sign of Sagittarius. This beyond illusion, I have to tell you guys, one of the things that's coming through about this is that I do think in some situations you are presenting almost like a false image of who you are in order to not have to deal with somebody's opinion and input. And I'm not a huge fan of that decision for you guys, because I think that you do best and you thrive as a sign, Sagittarius, when you're able to live your life on your terms. And one of the things that I think, this is true for all signs, but especially for fire signs, any sort of authority that's holding you back or watering you down or preventing you from being able to do what you want to do, it's so bad and it's so negative for your potential energy. Okay, so, you know, for example, if you know, an air sign, if someone doesn't give them the time and the space to think, that's bad for them. For the water sign, if someone isn't able to communicate about their feelings and emotions, bad for a water sign. For earth signs, if someone is really like trying to force them to not be as focused on their goals or focused on the things that they really want to accomplish, then that's bad for them. For you guys, it really is about people who are judging your decisions, trying to make you fit into a box, trying to make you follow rules that don't really work for you. And what I'm sensing from this Beyond Illusion card is that your response to that has almost been to say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to show you what you want to see. But that's not actually who I am. I'm going to just hide who I am so that you don't bug me and you don't try to make me alter what it is I want to do. But what's happened, what I'm sensing here has happened, is that you've done this over and over and over again in different situations, looping it back to what I was talking about, where I sense that you don't have spaces where you can really be authentically who you are. Because everywhere that you're showing up, whether it's at work or in your friendships or with your family, your dating life, you're showing up not authentic. And it doesn't even feel like it's a deliberate thing. I just think that you've lost track of how much you've cut off aspects of who you are and your personality in order to not have to deal with people's judgments and people's opinions. But this is not a good space for you to be in, because it's holding you back, because you're not able to actually bring forth the things that you're hoping to manifest, because your energy isn't aligned to it. Your energy is aligned to convincing people that you're a certain way that isn't authentic so that they don't judge your opinions or judge your actions with their opinions, right? But you're not able to actually do anything to create the life that you want because you're not allowing yourself to really be who you are. You have to shrug off any of this. It's very interesting reading for your sign, because like I was going to say, you have to shrug off caring about what people think. And typically you guys don't care. Typically you guys aren't bothered by people thinking that you're doing something that's weird or thinking that you're doing something that doesn't make sense. You chase after what it is that you know is calling you and attracting you, and you make your decisions based on that. But you're not doing that right now. So let's grab some tarot cards. I don't really sense anything else coming through energetically from this. I did pre-shuffle this, but I'm going to do a couple of shuffles on camera, just so the people who like to see me shuffle can see I am mixing up the cards here. I'm going to do a couple of cuts just to mix these up. And then I'll do one more shuffle. I'm going to take the top and bottom card here. And then I'm going to do another cut to get your third card, which is right there. I'm going to flip all of these over in just a moment, Saggy, just to see what we have here. One thing that I do want to say is that a message that's coming through is that more so than anything for you over the next year, it's very important that you figure out how you can express yourself fully, authentically, genuinely, because there are opportunities that are unfolding around you that will eventually be presented to you. But if you continue down this path of like not really showing anyone who you really are because you don't want to deal with their opinions or their judgment, someone will come in who, if you show them who you truly are, then it's a very beneficial connection for you because they see who you truly are and they're able to present something to you that would really make you happy. Again, whatever it is that you're looking for. If you're looking for a partner, this is a romantic partner who comes in and they see who you truly are and they're drawn to that. They're drawn to that adventurous, play by my own rules, say what I really, feel, no filter sort of default setting that you have. If you're looking for a new job, you interview, and during the interview, you show them something about yourself that makes them say, that's the person we're looking for because they think differently than the other people that we've met with. Right? But if you're kind of on guard and you're not wanting to show anyone who you are until almost like they've proven to you that they're not going to judge you, you miss out on these opportunities. And I want me to emphasize, you have to be able to stand in your authentic truth and not really care whether people like it or not, because a lot of people aren't going to like it. But the people who do like it are very important people in your life, and it's something that's starting to unfold over the next 12 months. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we have here. Queen of Swords. Again, the Queen of Swords, I'm just going to talk about this while I'm flipping these over. We have the Sun card in the middle. That's great. And then we have the Seven of Swords, which is reversed. Okay, so this Queen of Swords, I'm going to start with the Queen of Swords because it's very interesting to me, because the Queen of Swords is completely honest. The Queen of Swords is very confident in herself. She understands boundaries. She doesn't really, she allows people to be honest with her, but the opinions of the people who are, giving their opinions to her, those opinions do not matter to her more so than the weight of her own truth. The Queen of Swords upright is a very healthy expression of someone who is, they're able to stand on their own, and anything that's coming in that might be a judgment, they know who they are inside. They understand their own truth. And so they are able to see that if someone judges them for a decision that they make, then that's more about the person than it is about them. Another thing that I want to say before moving on here, the Queen of Swords for me is always energy of someone who, like I said, the Queen of Swords is willing to listen, willing to learn and understand. But there's a boundary that's in place where someone's opinion is their opinion. What I mean by that is if someone comes to you that you really care about and they say, hey, when you said this thing, it hurt me. It made me feel like you didn't really care about me. It's not that your attitude is, well, I don't believe I hurt you and I'm just going to stand by that. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you make a decision to, I'm just going to pick something that I was literally watching YouTube before this happened. There's a channel, I think it's called the Indie Project. It's a couple and they did van life for a while and then they stopped doing van life and they just bought this farm in Portugal and they're renovating it, right? If you made that same sort of decision, I'm going to move out of my house, I'm going to live in a van for a year, I'm just going to go and tour the country, I'm going to walk away from my career, and you had people coming in and saying, that's the dumbest thing, why are you doing that? That's stupid, you need to be smarter. That's what I'm talking about, where you have to say, you know what? I'm going to live my life how I want to live my life. You can go live your life however you want to. But I know that this is what I'm meant to do. I know that this is what I'm being called to do. And this is where I feel excitement and desire and passion. And I'm following that. Whatever it is that you decide to do with the Sun card sitting here, it's supported by the universe. The universe is showing up. There's lots of, like I said, there's so many changes, good things that are coming, that are approaching. But you have to be willing to see them and accept them. But things will start to work out in your favor the more that you step fully into expressing who you are and making the decisions based on what you feel internally, cutting out any of this chatter of people who are going to judge you or condemn you. It's so interesting to me what's happened here, because we'll talk about this, the Seven of Swords, okay? So with the Seven of Swords, when it's reversed, this represents places where, something, when it's upright, it's about someone getting away with something. When it's reversed, it's about someone being caught or being in a situation where you almost have to make amends for something that you've been doing that wasn't necessarily fully above board. And what I think this is for you, Sagittarius, it really is about putting yourself into a situation where you're not being fully who you are. And I think that you're developing an understanding of that. And it almost feels like your gut reaction, the first thing that you default to when you have that awareness, it feels almost like self-critical. Like there's something that you do. Let me tune into this, because we're approaching, like, what, we're just over 18 minutes here. So I want to see if I can tune in a little bit more to the people still around and still listening to see what this is, because this feels almost like a situation where instead of reacting how I would expect you to, okay, so what I'm seeing here is very specific to work, so I'm just going to go with this. What they're showing me here is an image of someone who's in like a boardroom. They're in a meeting, and it's like they're being asked to come up with ideas. And in your mind, you have a lot of ideas, but they're out there. They aren't like what other people in the room are bringing up, what other people in the room are saying. Okay? So how you're thinking about this problem that's being presented, the solutions that you're coming up with, or the ideas that you have, they're different. But you're not sharing them because you don't want to be seen as the weirdo. You don't want to be seen as the person who isn't saying what everyone else is saying. There are moments, though, when you realize after the fact, either someone else presents something that is similar to what you were thinking initially and they get the credit, or because you didn't speak up and there were only so many ideas that were presented, the wrong approach was taken. And then it feels like you beat yourself up for not being able to say what it is that you thought would work best. But that doesn't do anything, because it's like the next time it's the same sort of meeting and they're like, well, that didn't work, so let's come up with some different ideas. And again, you're hearing the same sort of ideas being presented, and you have new and different ideas. You still aren't allowing yourself to say it. And so this energy here of like beating yourself up after the fact, it's kind of a fruitless exercise, because it's not pushing you to actually step up and say what it is that you really want to say, right? You have to be able to be fully who you are and feel comfortable with that, and not worry about people not understanding or people having, a negative reaction. Because in that, with that situation that I was seeing, what you would share, what you would contribute to that sort of conversation is exactly what they need. They need something that's innovative. They need something that's fresh. They need something that's outside the box. They need something that isn't something they've tried before. And that's what you contribute to the team. But there's something that's holding you back. And again, it doesn't have to be in business. This feels to me, though, like it's all encompassing. So if you're still listening to me, it makes sense to you in terms of business. It makes sense to you in terms of your romantic relationships. It makes sense to you in terms of your other connections that you have with people like friends or family. Even you on your own, you're aware that there's something that's holding you back. But I don't think that you have the awareness that it's just you, right? You are judging yourself in the same way that other people judge you. And it's because you're dissatisfied with the state of your life right now, because you're not able to be yourself. It's like you've blocked yourself, you walled yourself into a corner, and you can't quite figure out how to get back out without just throwing everything away and starting fresh somewhere new. But I don't think that level of extreme reaction to it is necessary. You just have to allow yourself to be more authentically you, and reconnect to that part of you, because I know it's there. reconnect to the part of you that doesn't care what people think about it. Okay, so I have my Oracle deck here. I'm going to shuffle this really quickly. I do just want to remind you guys here, I do have a website now. It's all set up. You can book personal readings there. There's also a free gift for you that is specific to manifesting. It's 10 things that you can do to boost your manifesting skills, and that's just a free gift available for you on the website. I also am doing a code for the month of May for people who want to do personal readings with me. That's code VIEWER, and you can enter that right before you click Pay Now on the second step of the process of booking a personal reading, and I'll take 30% off of any of the personal readings that are available on my website. I'm so sorry. I need to grab some water. My allergies are acting up, and at the end of these readings, I just start from talking too much. I start coughing, so apologies for that. Okay, so I'm going to do a cut here. There is your card. Let's see what we have here. So this says, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. And I do think that peace is something that you are really actively trying to find in your life. The more that you can lean on trusting that the universe is going to respond to you, really respond to you, who you truly are, what you really want. I'm telling you, there's so many things that are just right around you. I can sense energetically things trying to find a way to come into your life. But you aren't aligned energetically to what would be like your highest path, because you're not expressing yourself as that highest expression of yourself. Okay. So Saggies, I will be back in a week. I'm doing weekly readings during the month of May to see how those go and what you guys think about that. So I'll be back next week with a completely different theme. If you have any specific requests that you want me to do for any of the readings during the month of May, leave those in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up if this resonated with you. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please take a moment to subscribe. It just helps the channel grow. It helps the videos be seen by more people. It helps the messages that come through be delivered to the people that need to hear them. And I always appreciate it when people subscribe. So Saggies, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys next week.